Hey everybody, Matt from Action Music. We're going to talk about amps today super fast. A lot of people come in and say I want this thing point-to-point wired or hand wired, and what's PC board, all the different kinds of amps, and a picture's worth 1,000 words. Also shout out to my friends at the guitar shop in Laguna Beach. They have an amazing shop. Collings dealer, beautifully sited. Anyway, I'm wearing this shirt, that's why I said that. But anyway, here we go. So this is actually point-to-point wiring. This is a Stuart amp from the 50s, and if there was enough wire on the component, they just wired component to component. There's a little turret board in the center here, or turret strip rather, but this is true point to point. You can see all these resistors just flying around. Looks like a bird's nest, really hard to work on, but when people say point to point wiring, this is technically kind of what that is. This is a 50s Fender Princeton. It's hand wired. This is also considered by a lot of folks to be point-to-point. There are some mods in this amp. The grounding bus is a mod. Some of the caps are replaced. But this uses a phenolic board, or not phenolic, excuse me, a vulcanized cardboard board with brass eyelets. This is called eyelet board construction. Okay? And very easy to repair, very rugged. The only issue with these is very occasionally this board will absorb moisture and you get some weirdness. But again, the classic Fender construction style, it goes for 60, 70 years and just keeps going. It's amazing. The next amp is a Hiwatt from the 70s. It's a 200 watt from the early 70s. This is hand wired using turret board. These little turrets stand off this phenolic here. And this is called mil-spec construction. This is related to military specifications. The guy who built Hiwatts used to be a wirer for the Royal Navy, I believe. The internet will correct me if I'm wrong, and it should. But the advantage of this is in a military situation, if something was blown up in the field, they'd say, okay, count 4 over to the right on the second board, looking at it facing front. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they would send you this part. You could fix it in the field. It was very kind of easy to service by non-technicians and incredibly beautiful. But all the lead dress, this is what you call how the wires move through a circuit, is just right angles. Everything's twisted. I mean, there's no twisted together, rather, not twisted crazy. It's just an amazingly beautiful build, and there are some builders who are still building in this style. Little overbuilt and unnecessary, which is fine, but just it's the pinnacle of wiring in these amps as far as I know. Again, internet correct me. Finally, this is a recent Orange amp. This uses a combination of flying lead construction and a printed circuit board. Flying leads are where moving parts like the tube sockets, this is a tube socket here, this is a tube socket here, have wires that connect to the printed circuit board. Okay? In true flying lead construction, the volume pots would also be connected with wire to the circuit board, because circuit boards can crack and become damaged if somebody hits a knob like that really hard, loading into a van or whatever. It can crack the circuit board. This is a great way to build amps. Mesa uses circuit board, Fender uses circuit board, Marshall uses circuit board, Orange uses circuit board. All major manufacturers use circuit board. It's a totally valid way to build an amplifier. It's not hand wired. So really the important point is these are less expensive to make and harder to fix. These are very expensive to make and super simple to fix. These are expensive to make and easy to fix. These are a lifetime to make and a lifetime to fix. So anyway, that's kind of the story on amps. A lot of people come in and have different, I want a hand-wired amp, and it's like there are different variations on that theme, so hopefully this helps clear that up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope your summer was great, and we're moving forward into fall, so have a great day. Thanks for checking it out. See ya.